Hi guys, I'm Uncle Richie.
Yo, what up? J Money's back.
And this is C10. And you're listening to the Unkles podcast.
Big sound. Wizzy Poddy tune. Tapping tune the Poddy.
Hey, yo, tune it. Blaze up the track, man. Semana Gaza. Temos boy up in the mic, yeah.
Big link up.
Don't us tonight. Don't die on us tonight.
It's been a long time, a long week, busy week, guys.
Yeah, it's been a long month because, I was away.
Yep.
Then came back last week. Did episode 19 with Jackman.
Yeah, that was awesome, guys. That was awesome. Good catch up.
Good to get that one done. Obviously we have Mr. C10 in the building tonight, and all the three uploads are back together. But we wanted to speak about Papua New Guinea Independence Day, which is coming up in the next 6 weeks, I believe. Next month, September 16th, is Independence Day for PNG. So we just wanted to discuss that. You know, what happens in Brisbane during that day, and we want to discuss, I guess, our feelings every year that whenever it comes around to Papua New Guinea Independence Day, we know that that's our home country, and we get a lot of special feelings because we see everyone back home celebrating, and we're obviously proud Papua New Guineans, and we want to celebrate too.
Yeah.
So, guys, what's happening in Brisbane next month for Independence Day?
Yeah, so I think I know a few people that are part of the PNG FQI that organizes the part of the celebration and is part of the PNG Federation Queensland sort of committee, and with that there's obviously I think going to be a 1 day of activity happening at Bill Norris Oval in Beenleigh. People in Brisbane that wanting to get out there and check it out. So I think it's on a Sunday. It's really good that we live in a country that isn't home. So to have a day that we can celebrate and come together, irrespective of what provinces we come from. Given that obviously there's people from different provinces don't necessarily see eye to eye sometimes. So that's sort of happening. We do have, we see a lot of cultural shows, people from different provinces representing their provinces through song and dance. I know last year we had a few artists from PNG come down and perform, which was really, really good to see. I think, because a big part of us is music, and that's a big part of our culture. So to have some of that from home come and be representing Brisbane, I know it wasn't an easy task. It took a lot of man effort to get that sort of done on a lot of ends. But it's good that we got to see some of that. I think this year is going to be good, and I think for the 50th anniversary too as well in a couple of years will be even better. But so that's sort of what's happening in Brisbane. But Chucky, do you? I saw you last year there.
Yeah.
What did you enjoy from last year?
Oh man, I think last year definitely just catching up with a lot of people that I haven't caught up with in a long time. Obviously Jeffrey was down, saw him at the gate. Spoke to him, caught up with him, met his misso. It was actually pretty good. And then definitely, as Jackman said, the music people that came down had the chance to actually chill out with some of them in the studio. With DC, but I think Tavin Tuni. Bro, Tavin Tuni is such a humble guy. I have to say, he's
the best at what do they call his genre now?
reggae, rub-a-dub style. He's definitely I know in that time, I think when he was coming up, I think Solomon Islands had their own style, but I think he's really, captured the way I think a lot of Papua New Guineans, look for inspiration through him. But man, he's a very humble guy. Psyche, met Psyche. Psyche is awesome.
That's Psyche, bro.
Psyche is from Tolai.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Come on, Leonard Kanya's Wurarong Kanya's son.
Really?
Yeah.
I always thought Psyche was like solo.
Nah, Silas Kanye, bro. Silas Kanye. Yeah. Funny we're talking about Independence Day. Man, I've been listening for the last like 3 days, just pure PNG music. On my way to work, on my way home. Yes. Listening to all literally looking at how PNG music, like how it actually started with just like you know, when FL Studio, like Fruity Loops, FL Studio's a whole different ball game now. There's different genres that Papua New Guineans get into, but bro, the whole like reggae, like ska type, like dun 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 dun, like all that, all that local underground coming up till now, man. It's such a good way to sort of look back in retrospect, like how far PNG music's come. But yeah, as Jackman said, Independence Day coming up, solid time to catch up with friends.
Yeah, that's actually true, because with that, speaking of artists that came down, 04 also came down. He was an old nudgy boy.
I think 2001. I think that's
like Lawrence Akinrufa days.
He was probably younger than like year after Lawrence
Akinrufa was
to year 2000.
99 or 90.
99 or 90. He was with Rocky Elson. Yeah, so in 2000, year 2000.
Is the same, I think the same year as Louis?
Yeah, Louis Lero. That's right.
There's also an old nutty boy.
Maybach Nero.
Louis, that Rick Rowe. He's got some bars, man.
Actually, and his brothers. His brother, nudgy boy too as well.
Yeah, 2010. I think we all enjoyed his early DJ days and our like school parties, and so after formal prohibition. Then prohibition, obviously.
Before prohibition became big.
We heard him first in the garage, at the house parties.
Buddy, What were we saying before, Jack? Sorry.
No, I was just...
We cut you off.
No, I was just talking about, like 04, and like, some of those, he was like an old nudgy boy, and because I actually had like the pleasure of meeting him too as well, like very humble guy.
He seems like a great
guy. Well, like he's actually a lawyer. I mean, he actually passed the bar in I think he went to UPNG. He was when I actually asked him about that. He said he's not practicing, but he just does a bit of consulting here and there. So, sorry for putting you on the spot for that time if you ever get the chance to hear this part.
But it is good in that sense where we get to catch up with a lot of mates, because like sometimes you go, it's good too as well because you get to speak pidgin, it's just like connect and like sometimes refresh. Like, sometimes you get to chew a bit on that, even though it's not good for your teeth, but it's good because you're sort of reconnecting with your culture in a way where we live really far away from home. It's good for that sense.
And what was probably your highlight of the day last year? Was it maybe you went over to the tent and had some PNG kaika, or maybe one of the Manus dancers came up to you and gave you
got a bit of a Jackman actually. I saw you there, like.
I actually
we shared a boy, I think. This Kambang.
Because I bumped into Mikey Boy. As you know, he's part of his mates with but he I think the highlight was probably seeing people that you haven't seen before, like catching up. Haven't seen for a while, Sherry, and obviously the food. I think there was these lamb flaps. This PNG traditional food, and with some lamb meat that was cooked, which was really good because it brought back a lot of memories from home, and it had the biggest line too as well.
Was that at the far end? That was good. It was good.
So probably for that's for when we were walking in.
Bro, it actually sold out within an hour. That was how popular that stand.
Maybe we should
do a little Unkles still
lamb flaps.
Hey, good idea.
But while we're on that topic, I was thinking, we should go out there. The Unkles will be there this year. It'll be good if we take a camera and phone.
Yeah, definitely.
And just walk around and, interview some people and get their thoughts on, the state of affairs in PNG, or, maybe we can ask them some questions, like, you know, some funny questions.
Yeah.
If you were prime minister for a day to Papua New Guinea, you know, what would you first?
Yeah.
And then, you know, little things like, oh, what's your favorite PNG dish, traditional dish? Where are you from?
Yeah.
So let's aim to do that.
Yeah.
Let's get out there.
That's awesome, man.
I think it'll be good to get amongst, you know, how people actually, you know, start getting the uncles out to them. But also, you know, yes, just speaking to people just to get the podcast going.
No, that's so good.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I was to that point, I was thinking about like off the back of your idea there, we should incorporate this sort of concept when we do interview people. Us then, you know, you're from PNG when, you know, and then we outline unique things that, you know, like you see someone chewing betel nut or there, like, you know, things like that where it's colloquially just anyone from PNG without a doubt would know what that, you know, that means. And then I guess, and then also kind of we're showing to people outside of PNG, particularly with our viewers and listeners from Australia, and, you know, they get to know nuances about what makes PNG unique in a way.
Definitely.
Or like, you know, when you say one talk or like, oh, like family or something, things like that where we speak. Yeah. So I think that would be a good thing to kind of do because, I always see, I don't know, Facebook had this thing, people had this page on Facebook before and like, I did it, you know, from PNG when you were, when you find out my state of origin or things like that. Yeah. So I think, it'd be good to incorporate some of that into.
Yeah. I remember the last one I went to was it wasn't at Beanley.
Nah, probably
they went to one at like opposite the Hillsong Church.
Oh, Mount Gribet Showground.
Bro, 2013 or something. Yeah.
It was just
Fall to the PC.
Not Steve, but
Whatever dusty. Yeah, it was dusty.
Yeah.
he was dusty. But I also remember like there were lots of like sweaty people there.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. And like I was fucking off as
Yeah.
I was spot like walking around and you could just tell like heaps of other guys.
Yeah, everyone was drunk, man. I remember that was the year after I finished high school. I actually had a surgery that day, so I wasn't there. Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy, yeah. And there was an after party, I think, after that.
Yeah.
They had that jam rock night. Remember that? Funny story about that. Jovis,
Yeah, jam night. What a throwback.
Tough to Mars, bro.
Tough to Mars.
Tough to Mars, the end of the get. The one vodka. Sorry. Can't remember.
That's, I think also, like they are wanting to get more younger people involved in the federation and things like that to bring fresh ideas and stuff like that. So I think us talking about it is good in that sense, where if people do want, you know, things to be changed or whatever they want to make it better. To your point, like I think there's definitely a lot of improvement from when it was hosted in 2013 to what
a lot of it, man. So much more improvement.
Yeah,
I think Beanley is pretty good as well because that's obviously the center of, you know, Gold Coast people among Brisbane people just meeting in the center. Yeah. I think one thing as well, like back in the day where they had a Roma Street, I think the betel nut was an issue. Back then, obviously, you know, people weren't really speaking.
That's why they kicked us out.
Yeah,
I'm on fight, mate.
Yeah, I'm on scrap, they fight. Well, you know, PNG's come a long way. And then Brisbane PNG's also come a long way.
So it's good,
yeah. Actually, funny we mentioned that. On the weekend, I went to this place. Actually, there's a place in Kingston, like towards like past Logan or Jamaica. There's a lot of Rastafari. There's actually a Bougainville lady there.
Oh yeah.
She runs this art expo museum thing. Ooh. Bro, it's huge. She started that like a couple of years ago.
What's her name?
Oh,
guys, are you mixed race? No.
No. Oh well, yes. Actually, she did say she had some Chinese in it, but she looks like a New Island monks, but she's actually Bougainville. She has dreads. Like honestly, she's Auntie Sana is what we were calling her that day. But I literally went with like Claire showed me the
Where is Kingston from?
Kingston's like in the north.
It's near Logan.
It's near Logan.
Oh, Logan. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a nice place. I actually had a quick chat with her. She said she's trying to reach out to the federation to see if they can get the Independence there on the 25th, also the 50th anniversary in 2025.
Yeah.
Have it, bro. I looked at the place. It's like the old butter factory down like past Logan, and she's literally turned it into, with obviously help from the government. Yeah. But she used to live in. She was in Bougainville during, I think, the crisis before the crisis. No, like earlier. She was a chemist. She's a scientist. Whoa. Literally smart lady. Yeah. And then she moved down here. Went to Melbourne. Couldn't get work there, so she started, getting into art. And then, she 20 plus years later, she heard about Brisbane, and when she moved here, she just wanted to sort of change the scene, and heard about that place and what they were trying to do in the community there. She put her hand up and absolutely like killed it. The whole place is like, you wouldn't even like tell that there's a PNG lady running that place. She literally, that's her project. I reckon we should get her on the show, guys.
Yeah.
She should do all.
Sounds like a great person to
be. Definitely.
What's the like? Is it an art exhibition?
Yeah, it's basically a smaller version of the South Bank.
Like Goma.
Yeah, a smaller version of Goma. And it's literally the whole Logan community. There's Asian pieces in there. There's Polynesian pieces. So she's done the whole place up. Obviously, like she hasn't done the whole biased PNG thing, but you can tell like when you speak to her, she knows she wants to get
integrated lots.
She's brought the community together. Definitely. And we get this. Like,
culturally diverse. Yeah.
We made these little pendants like over there. Honestly, shit. Yeah, look, it's a shell. I'm an artist, so no, it's just with like glue and like it was nice. Just something like obviously like I think kids would do that, but it's a lot of creativity. A lot of creativity along. Yeah, definitely, guys. I think it would be good reaching out to her and bringing her to the show. Yeah, because we're talking about Papua New Guineans that want to make a change and do huge things and big things. So that would be, I think, them favorite.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and hopefully get independence there on the 25th. 2025.
Yeah,
50th anniversary.
That'll be huge.
I can't got the whole place to ourselves. Yeah, guys.
So when it comes to PNG Independence Day, like for you guys, what's like I'd say the deeper feelings that you get once PNG Independence comes around? How do you guys feel? Are you proud? Are you sad because you're not back home, or you're with family? Like, let's unpack that a bit.
I think there's a sense of pride for sure. With coming from PNG, where like we talk about it so much on the podcast, but I always smile and I was happy because it's different to what we live here, because it makes us grounded when we go back to be with our people, see how they live their life. It's so simple. And when it comes around to PNG Independence Day, that is sort of echoed in my thoughts a lot more, just knowing how life is, how simple it is back home and how grateful people are for what they have. And to me, that makes me so proud, because I'm obviously grateful that we live here and the experiences that we have, but also knowing where we come from and where our parents come from and what they had to do to get us here. So I think that sort of is incorporated in that. And also, like, we're seeing some PNG people or people that are part PNG sort of make their name in world sport, like Mary Fowler playing for the Matildas, like Xavier Coast, like, Storm. And so, like, there's a lot of pride in that, because, we're a small nation of, 8-9 million people, but, we have the most languages in the world with 800 different dialects. We're the largest island in the Pacific, if not in the world. And I think things like that where, it makes me proud, but also, to your point, Richie, like there's a little bit of sadness, because I'd love to be there with, some family. Like my dad still lives there, so go back and see him and things like that, where it's, there's a little bit of mixed emotion, but overwhelmingly it's just proud of, where I've come from. And like, I'm sure you guys will, like Chucky would talk about it, you'll talk about it, like you share the same sentiment.
Yeah, 100%. I think Jackman just literally speaks for all of us. So there, but definitely a sense of pride. I think it's a time I like to reflect with just memories, obviously from when I was like younger, and obviously back in Tabuaville, like what they used to do there. I just always think back. They'd always have like a little Hamamas week. Everyone like a whole week full of just like cultural groups doing their thing. And there was a program that went out
last week.
Yeah, that was it. And it was on at the main soccer field. That have like live shows and stuff, and then live sort of dancing going on. There's a whole program, and then in the evening they'd have an artist like the Kanyas or Poddy Pots Doy or something like that. Literally like sending it in the evenings, all these umbrellas when it's raining and stuff. Everyone dancing with the umbrellas, bro. But yeah, like just thinking back to then and then comparing it to what we do in Brisbane. Obviously, like it's nowhere near what you're gonna get in PNG, but I think Brisbane does a lot. The federation does a lot to preserve that pride and the culture in Brisbane, and celebrate it amongst the people that are here with what we can use and what we, with the resources. We can't get the whole bilas and the whole, the music. So, obviously sometimes we got to play it off the radio and do that kind of stuff. But hey, that's PNG. We're evolving. So, it's good to celebrate that here and catch up with everyone as well.
You guys just, you said that perfectly. I couldn't say any more after that. But I just wanted to put it back on you guys again and ask, what are your, we're coming up to an independence now. And if you can kind of, I don't know how you will, briefly summarize like, what is your vision or future goal, or where would you like to see PNG after this independence? Putting you guys on the spot, but what is your, say, ultimate vision for Papua New Guinea?
How long are we, in like 5 years or 10 years? Like, let's just
5, 10, either or.
Yeah,
but how I'd say it, we're coming up to another independence.
Okay.
What would you like to see more of in PNG?
Yeah. I think it's hard because obviously we don't live there, so it's hard for us to kind of give like a comment that's realistic of certain things. But in saying that though, it's I think more I guess more opportunities for people, particularly women, in all walks of life, and I think also like a safer environment and a lot more off the back of more opportunities, like allowing women to feel safe. Is that sort of answer your question in that sense, like creating a PNG that allows women to thrive and give them more opportunities to I think there's a lot of domestic violence that we see back home and things like that where growing up as a kid, it was like I think we mentioned in the podcast previously about how you was evident in terms of what we saw when we growing up. So I think creating a PNG that enables our women and empower them to do great things, because I think that's where within Parliament and certain areas of key decision making that we lack a lot of women in power in terms of driving
female perspective.
Yeah, 100%, and to help drive. So I think for me, I love a PNG where it does more empowerment to especially younger kids that are girls that are coming through to give them more of an opportunity to make the country even better than what it is.
Because we want the next Mary Fowler.
We
want the next
Xavier Coates,
Justin, and even in the business world,
100%. That's
we want those future leaders to grow and have those opportunities. So I mean that's a great vision for Papua. I think like if we can move in that direction, then it would only just unlock potential
100%.
talent. Hey, what about you?
Yeah, just off the back of what Jackman said, definitely, more opportunities for our women, more opportunities for our youth, just, the younger women, but also just for the younger generation to have something to look forward to, not so much, just like, because we know now that we've been in Australia, we know that there are other opportunities here for kids that don't necessarily go to university, people with more skills, technical skills, welding, carpentry, trades, all that kind of stuff. And I think making it normal for, as Jackman said, women to have those opportunities to venture out into those fields, and also maybe just have a bit more, I think, put more resources into like tertiaries, institutes, and maybe, PNG could do with another 5 to 10 universities around the country. Definitely, I think there's funding there that, we know that doesn't necessarily go into that sort of sector, but there's just a lot more growth in that sense, so that there's opportunity, and it keeps the population employed, keeps them smart, keeps them wanting, a better future. Yeah, because obviously the youth is the future, so we want them to be educated.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll reflect back to like the episode with Kalen, and how he spoke about how, there were limited opportunities for him and his classmates that went through uni, and it was quite tough knowing that, you probably were 50-50 on getting into a company that you wanted and a business that you wanted. So, look, if there were more opportunities, if they could unlock, that potential and provide lots of, youth. Like, there are a lot of youth out there that are so smart and, like, have all the talent in the world, but they just,
Lack the resources.
They lack the resources and haven't been given the opportunity to express themselves and, be who they are, and work in an environment that pushes them to their fullest. So they go all the way.
100%.
So no, those are great, great future aspects, I'd say. About
what about yourself, Richard? What would you do? Say if you were,
what I'd love to see PNG one day become. Man, this I could sit here all day and talk about this
100%.
This topic, but I think just because we all have it in us, right? We're a fun, loving, relaxing, peaceful nation that always works with each other, and you only have to go back to the village to see it. Like, no fences in the village. Everyone's there to help each other. Everyone's there to protect each other. When someone's lacking something, we barter. They have rice, we have this, trade. And it all just works out in the end in the village. Whereas you come into Port Moresby, it's a big hub of, cultural clashes. It's a rat race. There's a lot of jealousy around. Some people are, fighting amongst each other. You have this, I don't have this. You're entitled to this, I'm not. So I think, once we get past that point and people have equal opportunity, like what you guys spoke about, women, more importantly, and also men, but also youth. When everyone has equal opportunity and we all come together, then I think that village lifestyle will come back into play. And instead of being separated by provinces, we'll become one country.
Whoa, decent. No, that's true.
That's actually true, because I think that's what also makes PNG unique in that sense, is that because there's, I think, 20 provinces. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think close to around about that. But that's what, so, and each province has their own unique and different way of living and lifestyle, which, segregates sort of certain things that holistically we want to be as one nation, one people, and which is, like everyone knows that, like one country, one nation, one people. So I think, once, to Rich's point, we'll love to see a PNG where we work towards that. And I'm sure we are at some aspects of that, but there's definitely more room that, we could incorporate more of that lifestyle. And I think that's too as well, carrying on a bit here, but that lifestyle of the village where they live off the land, resources and things like that, I think a lot more people that live in POM need to recognize a little bit of that in a way. Like, obviously I can't tell them what to do, but PNG is so filled with a lot of resources that if we have people in the right places that can export that and, utilize that so well and efficiently, that we can actually make like cocoa palms, for example. When I was in Alatau and Rabaul and things like that, where it was pretty big there. So like, using those resources to then, trade as an export to other nations and things like that, where, finding ways that we can better manage that here as well to make,
maybe self-subsistence as well. Yeah. Farming, not farming, but growing your own sort of veggies. I know in Port Moresby it must be really hard to get veggies in the shop. So people, go to the market, but, you can grow your own. Yeah. And on the weekend, just spend some time less drinking and hence focus on bettering your health lifestyle.
Just to finish off, I know Jacqueline said it before, but we don't live in Moresby, we don't live in PNG. We only visit time to then we have family there. So I mean, we're not the experts. I mean, it's hard for us to dictate and speak on what's happening over there. So we just want to say that we're just talking from our experiences from where they grew up and from what our family members are, living through at home. But also, if you want to challenge us and have anything to say, look, put in the comments.
Yeah, more than happy to discuss.
Yeah. So, and also any topics, if you guys want us to speak on any topics that you'd like or you're thinking about, let us know in the topics. Let us know in the topic in the comments.
Comment.
Let us know in the comment.
Yeah, any topics that
or DM us.
Yeah.
We're always open and free for a chat. Yeah, but thank you guys. Deep and meaningful one for you guys out there. Yeah. We'll be back for episode 21 next week.
21.
Let's go, Unkles.